Remember being a kid waking up early on a Saturday morning, flipping on the television and hearing this? The horns, the machine guns, the pounding drums. It was your signal that the adventure was about to begin. For the next 30 minutes, you were completely locked in, swept away into a world of danger, science, and mystery. Jonny Quest wasn't just a cartoon. It was an animated passport to exotic jungles, secret laboratories, hidden tombs, and underwater bases. Every episode delivered high-stakes excitement where Johnny, Haji, Race Bannon, Dr. Benton Quest, and Bandit went toe-to-toe with robots, mummies, spies, and monsters. It was bold. It was thrilling. And for kids of a certain era, it was unforgettable. The classic series ran for just 26 episodes, but it made an impact that has lasted for generations. Today, we're taking a journey back to those pulse-pounding moments with our picks for the top 10 greatest Jonny Quest episodes from the original 1960s run. These are the adventures that defined a generation of Saturday mornings, the ones that still live rent-free in the minds of fans who grew up dreaming of jetpacks, secret agents, and ancient curses. Will you agree with our list? Let's find out. Number 10. Calcutta Adventure. We kick off our countdown with an episode that gives us one of the most important moments in Jonny Quest lore, the introduction of Haji. Set in the bustling streets of Calcutta, Dr. Benton Quest is in town to deliver a lecture on advanced sonic wave technology. However, the visit takes a perilous turn when an enemy agent attempts to assassinate him. The attack is thwarted by a quick-witted street boy, Haji, who uses fast reflexes to save Dr. Quest's life. Impressed by his courage, the team keeps Haji with them. Dr. Quest then reveals that, beyond the lecture, he's been asked to investigate reports of nerve gas being used on sheep herders in the mountains, a covert mission that likely triggered the attempt on his life. Haji introduces the group to Pasha Peddler, whom he calls his old and venerable friend. Shrewd, eccentric, and always looking to make a deal, Pasha helps guide the team toward the enemy's hidden mountain lab where the real danger awaits. Calcutta Adventure stands out not for its villains or gadgets, but for giving us the origin of one of the most beloved characters in the series. It's a quieter episode, but a meaningful one and a perfect way to begin our list. Coming in at number 9 is Double Danger, a suspenseful tale of espionage and deception that throws the Quest team into one of their most personal missions. Set in the steamy jungles of Thailand, the episode opens with an elaborate plot involving an exact duplicate of Race Bannon, an imposter surgically altered to assume his identity. The man behind the scheme is none other than Dr. Zin, the Quest team's most dangerous adversary. Zin sends the imposter to infiltrate the group and steal a top-secret formula Dr. Quest is developing. The real Race is kidnapped and held prisoner, while the double attempts to complete the mission. What really elevates this episode is the introduction of Jezebel Jade, Race's mysterious former flame who immediately senses that something is wrong. Cool, confident, and never one to back down, Jade becomes the key to unmasking the imposter and helping rescue the real Race. With a clever plot, dual identities, and a dash of romantic intrigue, Double Danger delivers everything that made Jonny Quest more than just a kid's show. It's sharp, suspenseful, and packed with tension from start to finish. At number 8, we have one of the most atmospheric episodes of the entire series, The House of Seven Gargoyles. This story takes the Quest team to a remote Scandinavian castle, where Dr. Quest is helping a reclusive scientist finalize a revolutionary anti-gravity device. But the peaceful setting quickly turns sinister when someone begins sabotaging the project under the cover of night. The villain hides in plain sight, using one of the castle's ancient stone gargoyle statues as a disguise to move unseen. It's a gothic mystery filled with shadowy corridors, secret passages, and a classic whodunit setup. Race Bannon plays detective, while Johnny and Haji uncover hidden clues, all leading to a dramatic confrontation. With its eerie setting, cloak and dagger tension, and a blend of old-world legend and futuristic science, The House of Seven Gargoyles feels like a Hammer horror film filtered through Saturday morning adventure, and that's what makes it unforgettable. Adventure takes to the skies in Shadow of the Condor, our pick for number 7. After the Quest team is forced to make an emergency landing in the Andes, they find refuge in a mountaintop estate owned by Baron Heinrich von Froelich, a proud and aging World War I flying ace. The Baron, still clinging to his glory days, sees Race Bannon as a worthy opponent and challenges him to an aerial duel using vintage biplanes. What follows is one of the most visually striking and suspenseful sequences in the entire series. As Race battles the Baron in a breathtaking dogfight high above the mountains, the duel takes a dramatic turn when a giant condor, native to the region and symbolic of the Baron's obsession, intervenes, leading to the Baron's downfall. With its cinematic scale, strong character dynamics, and themes of honor, pride, and redemption, Shadow of the Condor stands as a testament to the show's ability to blend classic adventure with emotional depth. Swooping in at number 6 is Turu the Terrible, one of the most memorable creature features of the entire Jonny Quest series. This episode drops the team into the steamy jungles of South America, where they're investigating a mysterious mining operation that's gone silent. What they discover is a chilling blend of pulp adventure and prehistoric terror. The villain is a cruel slave-driving prospector named Dean, who's using a massive winged reptilian creature, Turu, to keep workers in line and outsiders away. Turu, a pterosaur-like beast, shrieks through the air with an eerie, unearthly call and attacks with devastating force. It remains one of the most iconic monsters in the series, and a fan favorite for its thrilling, high-stakes action. In a daring operation, Dr. Quest and Race Bannon equip themselves with rocket belts and a bazooka to confront the threat. The climax sees Turu injured and sinking into a tar pit, with Dean meeting the same fate as he attempts to save his creature. Turu the Terrible has everything you want from a Jonny Quest episode: high stakes, exotic locales, and a monster that's not easily forgotten. Sliding into number 5 is the Kwetong Missile Mystery, an episode that trades monsters for menace of a more realistic kind. Set in the shadowy waters and dense jungles of Southeast Asia, the Quest team is called in to investigate strange disturbances in a local fishing village, boats disappearing, villagers falling ill after eating contaminated fish, and a growing sense of fear among the locals. What they uncover is a Cold War-style conspiracy involving a secret missile base hidden beneath the surface of Kwetong Lake. The villain behind it all is General Fong, a military strongman using science for destructive purposes. With underwater saboteurs, espionage, and high-speed chases by land and sea, this episode feels like a James Bond film in animated form. The tension is real, the stakes are high, and the story leans into the global political paranoia of the 1960s. The Kwetong Missile Mystery stands out for its mature tone and action-packed pacing, a perfect example of how Jonny Quest, which was originally designed and aired as a primetime series, brought a level of storytelling and style to animation that was far more serious and sophisticated than typical cartoons of the era. At number 4 is Dragons of Ashita, a tense jungle-set thriller that plays like Jonny Quest meets Jurassic Park, decades before that movie even existed. The Quest team travels to a remote island to visit Dr. Ashita, a reclusive scientist who has been conducting secret genetic experiments. What they discover is anything but scientific progress. Ashita has bred a pair of enormous, savage, lizard-like creatures, referred to as dragons, and he uses them to assert control over the island's inhabitants. These creatures are fiercely aggressive, and only Sumi, Ashita's imposing and silent enforcer, can command them effectively. Race Bannon faces 2 separate judo duels, first with Ashita himself in a surprising early confrontation, and later with Sumi in a well-executed fight that adds to the episode's mounting suspense. With its exotic setting, dangerous characters, and a theme of science gone wrong, Dragons of Ashita stands out as one of the darker and more compelling episodes in the Jonny Quest canon. At number 3 is The Curse of Anubis, one of the most atmospheric and suspenseful episodes of the Jonny Quest series. Set amidst the ancient ruins of Egypt, the Quest team is invited by Dr. Ahmed Karim, an old friend of Dr. Benton Quest, to examine a significant archaeological find. But Karim harbors a hidden agenda. Unbeknownst to Dr. Quest, Kareem has stolen the sacred statue of Anubis, intending to frame Benton for the theft and spark political unrest. But his plans begin to unravel when the mummy of Anubis rises from the dead, seeking vengeance for the desecration of his tomb. The mummy becomes a relentless force of justice, silently stalking Kareem through shadowy corridors and ancient chambers. Amid the danger, Race Bannon shows off his usual cool under pressure. In one memorable scene, he even uses a whip to kill a giant scorpion, years before Indiana Jones ever made the move famous. With its eerie setting, supernatural overtones, and themes of betrayal and justice, The Curse of Anubis stands as one of the show's most haunting and cinematic episodes. Coming in at number 2 is The Invisible Monster, an episode that terrified a generation of viewers and still stands as one of the most chilling entries in the Jonny Quest series. The story begins with a scientific experiment gone horribly wrong. Dr. Isaiah Norman, a brilliant but reckless scientist, creates a being composed of pure energy, completely invisible to the naked eye, yet capable of destroying everything in its path. As the creature escapes and begins to wreak havoc, the Quest team is called in to investigate. What follows is a suspenseful game of cat and mouse, as Johnny, Race, Dr. Quest, and Haji are forced to track and stop a creature they cannot see. Only the burning footprints it leaves behind reveal its presence. Eventually, the team devises a way to make the creature visible. Johnny suggests using paint, leading Race to prepare paint bombs out of plastic bags. Once the monster is pelted with these paint bombs, its glowing form begins to emerge, emitting a high-pitched, unearthly scream, an eerie sound that haunted the dreams of many young viewers.
Great guns, look at that!
Yeah, what a monster!
It's one of the most terrifying images in the entire series, and a perfect payoff to the slow-building dread that drives the episode. The tension in this episode is palpable. The monster isn't just dangerous, it's unknowable, unpredictable, and relentless. And unlike many other episodes in the series, this one leans heavily into sci-fi horror. With its slow-building dread, eerie atmosphere, and a creature that seemed ripped from a nightmare, The Invisible Monster delivered a chilling kind of suspense that set it apart from typical animated adventures of its time. At the top of our list is The Robot Spy, an episode that fires on all cylinders and represents Jonny Quest at its absolute best. With its sleek animation, high-stakes tension, and one of the most menacing creations in the series, this story delivers everything fans love about the show in under 30 minutes. The action kicks off when a strange object is detected flying over the ocean before it submerges and disappears. Eventually, the craft reappears and lands near a high-security military base, home to Dr. Quest's laboratory. Dr. Quest and Race investigate, and what emerges from the craft is a smooth, spherical, spider-like robot with extending limbs and a glowing red eye. They end up bringing it onto the base for analysis, but once inside, the robot activates, and its true mission begins. Sent by Dr. Zinn, the series' most infamous villain, it moves with eerie silence, using whip-like antenna arms to knock out guards with terrifying efficiency.
And I!
It then infiltrates the lab, recording top-secret information about the Parapower Ray, Dr. Quest's experimental energy weapon. After infiltrating the lab and recording top-secret data on the Parapower Ray, the robot turns to make its escape. The military responds with full force, armed soldiers, tanks, heavy artillery, and flamethrowers, but nothing can stop it. And the robot methodically retreats toward the launch craft that brought it in. It's a moment of total frustration, as the most advanced defenses prove useless against a machine designed to be unstoppable. With seconds to spare, Dr. Quest makes a bold call, firing the Parapower Ray directly at the escaping craft, destroying both the ship and the robot before the stolen data can reach Dr. Zinn. The Robot Spy isn't just a great episode, it's the definitive Jonny Quest adventure. It captures everything that made the series unforgettable: a brilliant villain, futuristic tech, relentless tension, and the kind of high-stakes action that made viewers lean in and hold their breath. It's smart, thrilling, and endlessly rewatchable, which is exactly why it earns the top spot on our list. That wraps up our countdown of the top 10 Jonny Quest episodes. Did we get it right, or did we miss one of your favorites? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your picks. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more classic TV and movie memories. Thanks for watching.